Hello everyone. Odisha as a separate state was formed in 1936. So in 2036, Odisha is going to complete 100 years of its formation. How has Odisha performed as a state, as an economy in last 90 years? Odisha Economic Association took initiative to do a critical evaluation of Odisha's journey in last 90 years and draw a roadmap for the coming years. Now that has led to an edited book titled Trajectories of Development Odisha at 100. This book is edited by me and my co-authors, Professor Keshav Das, Professor Deepak Kumar Mishra, and Professor Uday Shankar Mishra. And this book has 24 chapters, and there are 45 authors who have contributed to this a volume of 24 chapters. This book is being published by Taylor and Francis. And this book is an interdisciplinary attempt to understand Odisha's journey from 1936 till date. The preface of the book is written by Professor Prashant K. Patnaik from University of California, Berkeley, USA.
This is an attempt which has been made by a large number of scholars, bureaucrats, and also those who have been working on development issues on ground in the state for quite some time. So essentially, it's a compilation of perspectives, analysis, because there has been some definite discernible changes that have been transition in certain kinds of sectors and subsectors, so which are not extraordinary, or there could be challenges in sustaining those changes in future. But then I think it's very useful to recognize that such change is quite possible, whether through policy or through other non-state sort of interventions. So that is what I think has been largely sort of captured and presented in this volume. So it is so while this is on Odisha, but then I think it will have relevance for other economies which have been sort of undergoing this kind of changes, whether within India or outside. So that is one sort of important fact about this book. We are hoping that this will also be useful for scholars and policymakers, but particularly we are looking forward to engagement by the younger generation who might have a better sort of picture of the changes that might have taken place, and maybe they'll be in a much better position to build a better Odisha in future. Thank you very much.
When we analyze the development experience of a large country like India, a regional perspective provides fresh and significant insights which are often hidden in the general aggregate description of the development process. This book, Trajectories of Development, Odisha at 100, looks at the development experience of Odisha over decades. We look back at the past, analyze the development trends to learn for a better, equitable, and sustainable future. The recent economic growth perspective from Odisha provides scopes for optimism and hope for a better future. But at the same time, there are formidable challenges, new questions, and new ways of managing the development pathway that has come to the forefront in the recent analysis. Questions such as rising inequality, persistent social exclusion, social discrimination of vulnerable groups, newer forms of discrimination, the widening gap between aspirations and achievement, particularly for the youth. Moreover, the overwhelming challenges of uneven development, environmental destruction, and the impacts of climate change deserve to be analyzed carefully to chart a path of development that provides justice and hope for the people of Odisha. We have analyzed the development experience of Odisha through its sectoral specificities as well as in relation to the development that has been happening throughout the world, particularly in the global south. In this theoretically informed and empirically grounded analysis of diverse sectors and questions of development, we try to generate some deeper understanding of what needs to be done for a better future. It is a modest and collective endeavor to engage with contemporary discourse on development. Odisha is at the center of this discussion, but we hope that these contributions will raise further questions, further critical scrutiny of Odisha's recent development experience so that we can build a future that is sustainable, equitable, and democratic. We hope that our collective engagement with the questions of development will have implications for understanding the development process in Odisha and also beyond Odisha. A regional perspective, a regionally grounded perspective, we hope will contribute significantly to our understanding of development process in the contemporary world. I welcome you all to a critical reading of this book.
It gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction to be part of an endeavor to document the 100-year history and perspective of the Orissa state in its pathway to development. In fact, a volume like this, which contains a diverse perspective of development experience in a regional setting, makes an unique story for scholars and practitioners to take note of. In real sense of the term, a volume or a collection of this kind which has all socio-political, economic, evolving scenario of the state over a period of 100 years makes a wealth of information and understanding of development in a regional setting, which fits the title of this volume to be Odisha at 100, the Trajectories of Development. And I personally feel that a collection of this kind will remain ever a treasure for many scholars currently and in future to understand a development in regional setting on one hand and a discourse of transition from poverty and deprivation to welfare and development. That is the story that this book contains.